Another note I need to make with audio, if this is you, and you're going into a virtual meeting, you're not a pilot, you're not a gamer, let's just stop that. And I'm not even going to dive into it. That's not virtually professional. There's other options that are less distracting than something like that. So let's move on from that. All right, so welcome back. So we're going to talk about background noise. Background noise is one of the most frustrating pieces when we're talking about working from home, because a lot of it's out of your control. You can't necessarily control when your kid is getting a little bit out of control and wants to talk and wants to be a kid, right? Those are things that we can't avoid in the virtual world, especially for myself right now. I got construction going on outside of my house all day long, and it's extremely noisy, and it breaks things up in the meeting. So if you're unable to avoid any of these situations, obviously the best case scenario, letting your coworkers, letting your family members know, hey, I'm about to go into a really important meeting for the next half hour. Do you mind going into another room? Could we go situation downstairs? Same thing with your pets. As much as I love my pets, if they're in a situation where they're constantly barking, there's nothing more annoying than actually the pitch of a dog barking during a meeting. You're going to lose them right away. They're not even going to be focused on your mission or your statement anymore. They're just going to be wanting to get the heck out of there. So if you can't avoid all of these situations, acknowledge it. Acknowledge this right at the start. You say, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I'm really sorry. My daycare is actually closed today, and I got a little rugrat running around. They know that I'm on a call. But if you do hear some noise in the background, just know, and if it is annoying for you, just please address it right away. I'll do the best I can to try to manage it, and then we can carry on through the meeting, right? The best thing you can do to avoid background noise or to create that awkward situation is address it. I've been in a lot of meetings where they have their dog barking and they just let the dog bark and they try to ignore the situation without having to address it. It's important to just acknowledge it, let the client know. You'll be surprised on how forgiving people are when they know you're working from home and you're working in the virtual world, because technology happens, technology breaks down. Simply acknowledge it. We don't have to bark into that more. Look, we're almost at the end here, so go ahead, grab a virtual event checklist, give yourself a good old confirmation on the background noise. And even when you're in a situation, make sure your windows are shut. You know what I mean? Make sure you have an opportunity. Great microphones are going to be a phenomenal way to be able to limit the noise reduction. And this is exactly why I use this Shure SM7B for the Micro Studio kit. Because when you're dealing with other microphones are technically designed to pick up whole rooms, right? So if you're picking up a whole room, you're gonna pick up everything else, the vent making noise, all of these little things that are gonna happen. So when you get yourself a beautiful microphone, something that's actually geared towards your actual voice and actually takes out all of the outside noise, you're not gonna have to worry about that. So this is one situation where technology and the equipment itself can do you wonders when we're talking about background noises. And of course, if you're not in a situation to have a microphone like that, check the software that you're using. Again, any software platform is going to give you an opportunity where you can have diffusers, you can have limitations as far as that's automatically checked off for you, so you can reduce that background noise right away. We're almost done. Let's head upstairs. We're going to talk about physical appearance. What? Physical appearance? Extremely important when you're going to a virtual meeting so you can avoid any sort of embarrassment. Let's get into it.